Today's episode of the Fan Feed Network podcast is brought to you by Bonheur Jewelry. There is no next week for half of these teams. One bad throw, one blown coverage, one coaching mistake, and the whole entire season is over. All that work is down the drain. Tonight, the Fan Feed team, Cameron, Trey, Caleb, and a plethora of our writers are here to discuss all the wild card matchups coming up this weekend. What decides each game, which teams are built to survive playoff football. It's the best time of the year to be a football fan. So let's get right into it. Trey, Caleb, welcome back to the show. And really, really welcome back, Trey, to the show. Trey, where you been, man?
Gosh, man, it's been a whirlwind. Obviously the holidays, but on top of that, a lot of people don't know. You guys know, but a lot of people don't know. My wife is getting ready to pop with our third child. So let's go. Really excited about that. We got a little boy on the way. Literally, Super
It is
Bowl
a boy?
weekend. Yeah, it's a boy. Yeah.
You know what name goes hard?
Bo?
Bo Bailey.
Yeah, Bo Bailey. Let's go,
Bo
baby.
Bailey?
Egg!
Or
Bo
Champ?
Pat Bailey.
Yeah,
Champ Bailey?
Yeah, Champ.
Champ
be
is actually
sweet.
hard.
Yeah,
That's
That'd be
kinda
real
cool.
sweet.
I don't
Or
think Champ
Clinton.
Bailey's playing this year's Super Bowl, but
Imagine
No
your
Clinton.
son is
No
born the
Clinton.
year Denver Broncos go to the Super Bowl and win it
Dude,
all.
that would be crazy. It'd be crazy.
What a memorable year. That'd
had-
be insane.
We've had like some conversations. I'm like, what if that happens? Like, do we name him Bo? Like, do we just do it? Like, just for the vibes? Like,
It's not a bad name. I mean, you could
Yeah.
always go with
Yeah.
Bowen and just call him Bo, or I don't know. What's another long form version of Bo?
yeah,
Bo.
I'd go
Bozif.
Pat, seeing as
Bozif?
Pat Bryant is the
Yeah.
best player on the Denver Broncos team.
Yeah.
yeah. The best
he's
Pat
the best.
on the team.
He's the best Pat on the Denver Broncos, right?
That's why
Dang
Pat
it.
Surtain has a 2 after his name. He's second best.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah, Trey,
crazy.
you're not sweating a lot this weekend because this
Oh,
is
heck no.
just for you. This is the bye week. What are the Broncos doing right now, Trey?
Dude, they're like chilling. I'm sure they're just chilling, just waiting to watch all this football this weekend. There's so much football this weekend, like not just the NFL, but like the college football
Starts
playoffs.
tonight.
Yeah, tonight, tomorrow, and then you head straight into wild card weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Dude, such a good weekend. If I'm
And
the
the best part-
Broncos, I'm just like, well, if you're the Broncos, you're taking Saturday easy, because just NFC games, and then Sunday is when you really like lock into, honestly, like the Bills and Jags and the those AFC matchups, the Chargers at New England, stuff like that. That's
Right.
what you're looking at. But yeah, dude, I hope that all of them are getting healthy. But they deserve the bye week, man. Like, you win 14 games in the season, you should get there.
Yeah, even though you have like the 25th easiest schedule. So
Hey. You only play who's in front of you, and that's been my defense for the Patriots all year too. Just so you know, I'm not one of those like, the Patriots suck because they've had an easy schedule. Like, you can only play who's in front of you.
Yeah,
Drake May fans out there. I'm a Drake May fan, but yeah.
huge Drake May fan. Well,
Yeah.
let's do
Drake.
this because it's end of the year. Well, first, let me ask this question, Trey, because I'm just curious. Out of the playoff seeding, is there a team you would prefer to play in your first round as Broncos?
Well, recency bias would not want me to play the Jags just because we saw what they did already. That's the only thing. I'm still kind of like nervous about LA. I think they're good.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
I agree.
Like, you've been pretty
Finally.
low on LA all year, but you're like,
and what I said was absolutely correct. In the preseason, I was like, they're going to get derailed by injuries because it always
happens.
every single year. And it's happening this year too. It really is. And honestly, I know this is kind of going down the rabbit trail a little bit, but I think that the Chargers wanted to play New England because, the Chargers' glaring weakness is obviously their offensive line, right? And they're going to go play a New England Patriots team who doesn't have a pass rush. So if you're going to win a playoff game, like, that's probably your best bet. Like, you have a really good defense already, and just, give Justin Herbert time. But anyways, so I would say I would rank them in that order. Like, as a fan, those are the two that make me the most nervous is the Jags,
Jags.
and then and then the Chargers, like, in that order. And then Houston is probably going to be third after
then
that.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh's
and then
third.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Big Rogers.
Yeah.
No,
Watch
so we
what you
talked about
say.
we talked about Drake May for a second there. Obviously the MVP voting is, still not here yet, but really it's a race down to Drake May, Matt Stafford. I don't think there's really anyone else other than maybe Christian McCaffrey. I've seen him kind of slowly creeping up. I want to hear y'all's takes. Cabes, I'll start with you. Like, who do you think deserves MVP most?
It's tough, man, because obviously not everything is stats driven, although it does play a big factor, but also like, where your team stand as well. Some would argue that Drake May that had less weapons than Matthew Stafford did. But I don't know, man. If I had to look at it, I still got to go with the old boy, Matt Stafford. I think he's been the most consistent, and he's been such a game changer with them.
Right.
And no hate to Drake May. I could honestly see an argument for the other side as well. I wouldn't be opposed to hearing it. But me personally, watching the games and as I say, the eye test, I think Trey always refers to that. I would take Matthew Stafford this year.
Wow. Trey, what's your take on that?
Yeah, okay. Just to preface this, because I feel like a lot of people are either like Broncos fans or Patriots fans, but I want to say like I am a Drake May fan. I think he's really good.
Yeah.
But you guys also know that I love Matt Stafford. I love the whole like Rams organization. I think they're really, really good, really talented all across the board. I too would lean Matt Stafford because I want to ask this to Alex, our Patriots writer, because I want to see what he thinks. Like if Drake May was in LA and Matt Stafford was in New England, like who do you think would have a better shot at the MVP? If their roles were reversed, and I think you still go with Matt Stafford. I just think that Vrabel is doing such an incredible job, and I want to hear his thoughts and see if he thinks that it's more on Drake May or more on the the coaching scheme. So I don't know. It's like you said, Caleb. Like he's just been so consistent, and that's what you look for in the NFL. Is Matt Stafford has been the same guy like the entire year. But it's close. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say the man threw for almost like 30 touchdowns with no interceptions. That's insane.
Ridiculous.
And then Drake May had an inflated game against the Jets just to make him look a little bit better too. So no, I was kidding.
Yes, the final stats. So Stafford has 4,707 passing yards, first in the league in touchdowns at 46. 46 is very impressive. I don't think we really talked about how impressive that is, but I mean, we haven't seen a 40 touchdown game or a 40 touchdown season in a while. I would feel like because most of these quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, they're rushing guys. It's really been since Mahomes hit that 50 touchdown season. Only 8 interceptions for Stafford, and then his quarterback rating was 4th at 71. Drake May had 4,394 yards, so less. He was 4th in the league, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions as well, and then a 77.2 quarterback rating. So really the big thing with Drake May is just his completion percentage is just phenomenal. And with that trash receiver room, keeping it at 70% up and, probably close to 72, 73%, something like that.
Yeah.
It's very impressive in year 2. And I don't know. I go back and forth on this because statistically, Stafford definitely had a better season. Recency bias is going to tell people that Drake May had a better season because, like Caleb said, Drake May just had that big blow-up game against the Jets. Yeah. And then the same week, Stafford threw, 3 picks against the Falcons? And one of which was a pick 6. The second one almost was.
Was it 1? Okay.
Yeah, he stepped out of bounds.
That's right.
But I just think when you think about the teams as a whole, I think Drake May matters more to the Patriots than Stafford matters to the Rams. Not that the Rams would be good without him, but I think they could still win games. Whereas Drake May, you remove him from the Patriots, dude. Are they doing anything? I just don't think that team is very good in general.
Yeah.
So, It'll be interesting to see who wins that. I think Trevor Lawrence actually is jumped up in the standings. Is there any reason Trevor Lawrence should be MVP?
He had a really good stretch where over the span of 3 games, he had 15 touchdowns and I think 0 interceptions. Like that, those are crazy numbers, like crazy numbers. That includes passing and rushing touchdowns. But yeah, I mean, he was very consistent, and that includes a game against the Broncos. Yeah, I mean, I think he should be in the conversation. I don't think he's going to win it. I think, it's something you have to do from the very beginning of the season. And Cam, you and I talked about this, I think like in week 8 or something when, the Colts were still extremely relevant, but, Jonathan Taylor was up there, and we were talking about him being an MVP for the season because he was going absolutely crazy. Obviously, the team fell off and no one's really talking about him, but you have to do the reverse too. Like you can't just heat up at the very end of the year and then expect to win the MVP. So,
sure.
I understand the argument for some people saying like, yeah, he's looking great, but I just don't think it's something that's going to happen realistically.
Right. Yeah. All right, let's shift our focus because we got a few minutes. So right around 7, we're going to have some guests come on. And we're going to start talking about these playoff games. So we're not trying to just, hold you guys off. I know if you're here, you're wanting to hear about playoffs. Trust me, we're getting there. We got a jam-packed night. But there's another really big thing that's going on right now in the NFL. A lot of firings. A lot of coaches have been fired. Mike McDaniel was fired today, earlier today, which is crazy. He looked like he had survived, and he's been fired. Jonathan Gannon for the Cardinals has been fired. Not surprising. Kevin Stefanski fired from the Browns. I think that's questionable. Raheem Morris fired from the Falcons. Falcons fans rejoice. Let's go. Tennessee Titans obviously had the coaching opening. They fired, I can't remember the guy's name, but fired him halfway through the season. That's pretty bad when you can't even remember a coach's name. I mean, it's just bad.
Not a good look.
And then you get to the Giants. Obviously, they had the coaching opening from midseason where they fired Dayball. The Raiders have a coaching opening, no Pete Carroll. And the biggest one of all, John Harbaugh has been fired after 18 seasons with the team.
Crazy.
Trey, what's the biggest coaching firing here out of these 8 that shocked you?
Well, honestly, the biggest thing that shocked me was not who was fired, but when he was fired. I couldn't believe it took the Dolphins so long to fire Mike McDaniel. Like, why? I mean, why not be in those conversations like earlier in the week? And maybe they just were thinking to themselves, we don't have a good candidate. And then John Harbaugh became available, and then he's number 1 on their list, right? So I don't know. I'm not Harbaugh is the big one, right? Like he's the big name, but I'm not surprised necessarily that it was time to do this, right? And I think everyone's saying the same thing. Had they made that kick, would we be talking about Mike Tomlin right now? And
right.
So I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's honestly the craziest thing to me is that a fourth of the NFL are looking for head coaches. Like that is
wild.
Legitimately, like 8 teams in the NFL are looking for head coaches. So
that's insane.
And still maybe more to come. I mean, we see this all the time where playoff teams, let go of their coaches. I think I'm Mike Tomlin. The John Harbaugh firing was so like we didn't have any reports of him being on the hot seat until like right before the Steelers game, and then they lose inexplicably. That was a crazy game, insane game. And then he's fired. Like was it the next day? Like 2 days later. And there was a lot of smoke about Tomlin just walking away after the season. So you have to wonder, like, if Harbaugh's gone, if the Steelers don't win yet another playoff game in the first round, this could be a time where maybe Tomlin either chooses to walk away or the Steelers do make a change. So I just think it's wild. But there's other teams that could fire their coaches. If I'm looking at the playoff bracket, I would think that maybe LaFleur. He's one that's been talked about, Matt LaFleur. Sean McDermott is another one. Sean McDermott.
I was going to say McDermott.
Yeah, the Bills have been consistently in the playoffs, consistently have a top-tier team, but they can't get over the hump. This is the year too. We've talked about this. Mahomes is not there. Lamar's not there. The AFC is wide open for you. And I just think this Bills team is very mid. So, Caleb, out of those coaching openings from those teams, is there a team that you think is like the most attractive to an incoming coach?
Oh my gosh. I mean, my favorite out of all of them is Mike McDaniel. Kind of like Trey said, if they were going to do it, you would have thought it would have been earlier in the season when their problems looked massive. And then they kind of went on a little win streak. Didn't they win like 5 to 7 games in a row?
They won.
They like the middle of the season. So I was like, oh, okay, well, at this point, it's either Tua's gone or Mike McDaniel's gone, and they're both gone. And now here we are. No Mikey Mick. But I had to say, I love for Pittsburgh to get him, but I know it's not going to happen.
Right.
I don't know, man. I'd love to see him go with the Raiders. Me and Cam, we've talked a lot about the Raiders and everything exciting they got going on between the cap they have, the draft picks they have. Jets also fall into that conversation. Obviously a lot of excitement there. But I don't know, man. There's a lot of tough ones out there, and there's a lot floating around. I mean, do we think that Mike McDaniel's going to have a head coaching position for sure? Is it going to be more of like a OC position potentially with a better team?
I think he's probably going to stay OC for now, just with reports of him not being a leader of men, which I think is bogus, by the way. I think that's just pure conjecture. But really the question is like, which of these opening, the teams, which spot would be the best landing spot? Like if you were a head coach, which team would you want to go coach out of
Detroit
these
Lions? Absolutely.
Well, one of the openings, my guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like offensive coordinator openings.
No.
Confused
So
by
like
your question.
Sorry. So if you could pick, one of these teams, like, would you, if you were a head coach, would you go coach the Ravens because they have Lamar Jackson, solid team? Would you choose the Raiders because they're in the rebuild? They have the $100 million in draft picks, the 101. I don't know. Trey, is there a team you would pick?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm not picking the Dolphins. We kind of talked about this several weeks ago, but they're in full on like rebuild mode, and they are well over the cap. Like it's crazy.
23.2 mil.
Yeah.
And that's not even accounting for Tua. Like if Tua's released, we talked about that a few weeks ago, was the cap hit that Tua would carry.
Yeah.
Man, it's real spooky for Dolphins.
Yeah. If it's me, if I'm a head coach and I'm looking for something that's, young and promising, I'm probably looking at the Giants actually. Jackson Dart, you got Malik Neighbors, you got a top 5 pick in the draft this upcoming year. Defense has been like kind of stingy at times. Like there's a lot of really good stuff in New York. But when you have your quarterback, like that's the most important piece. And I think they have their guy in Jackson Dart. And Cam, you and I have been singing his praises since again, preseason. We were like, oh, it's Jackson Dart season. So I think that's where I would go. That would be most enticing to me if I was going to coach a team.
Yeah. That's why I asked the question to Caleb, because I knew his answer would have been New York. Caleb was actually singing the praises of Jackson Dart from back in January.
Oh yeah, let's go.
He was like, dog, Jackson Dart's going to be sick. And I didn't believe him, but he was on it. So yeah. Would you have taken the Giants games?
I would. Now that I understand what you were asking. Sorry, I was
sorry.
I was a little slow. I was thinking of a witty remark to what we were talking about earlier, and then you asked the question. My mind wasn't all there. But now that I'm here, New York Giants for sure. Side note: me and Cam just started a dynasty in Madden 2026.
Oh yeah!
And immediately I'm just jumping to New York Giants.
Rebuilding the Giants.
So fun, man! Just already a young team, great studs on the defense. They can win games currently already with what they got. So, like Trey said, just plenty of opportunity with their picks and what they can do. I hope whoever does go over there doesn't screw it up. I'll be upset.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, here we are. It's 7:00. It's time to talk playoffs. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Before we do that, I got to tell you,
Yeah.
there's this thing I can't get over. Like, if you look at the screen, like if you look at us, like we're kind of doing this.
Yeah, we are.
Can you see that?
Dude, we'll probably bump this up a
pretty
little bit.
crazy.
There we go. Now you don't feel so short, Trey.
I thought it was funny. It's just
It's
Gotta
okay.
fix my
head was
posture.
probably getting cut off by the banner anyway. So
yeah.
I'm a real sloucher.
Yeah.
Gotta fix the post.
All right. So first game we've got is on Saturday. It is the Rams at the Panthers. We got to bring on the main man, Mr. Kendrick McKnight. What's up, man?
Oh, Kenny.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Oh man,
Very
doing
Good,
great.
man. Excited.
Keep pounding.
Keep pounding. Yes,
Keep
sir.
pounding. Hey, never a doubt, right?
Never a doubt. You
They've
can never.
done it before.
Come on now.
They can do it again.
Come on now.
Yeah,
Let's
tell
go.
me about that experience because obviously the Panthers lost to the Bucks, but then so you had to wait for that Falcons Saints game, and I mean the Saints have been hot, man. Tyler Shuck been killing it. I mean, what were your feelings going into that game?
It's weird, pulling for the Falcons out of all teams, especially.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was stuck to the TV on that game, man. I was definitely a little nervous towards the end there. Tyler Shuck with that crazy touchdown, but
Yeah,
they pulled through for us, so we're going to the wild card. So it's cool. I appreciate it.
going to the wild card, and now you're playing a team that you've already played before, and y'all handled them.
Yep.
So
On our field.
this could be
Yeah.
on your field, and you're going to be at home. That's crazy.
It is
That's
crazy.
insane.
We got to
Yeah.
give his flowers too, man. In the preseason, that's what he was saying. He was like, "You guys, I promise you, the Panthers are going to the playoffs this year." And man, here we are. Like, what a year to like put that out. Like, it's just wonderful timing. He said that the Chiefs aren't going to be in it and that the Panthers are going to be in it. And man, look, that's
Wow.
crazy. This guy,
Lord.
pays this man a lot of money.
2-0, man.
Yeah,
Guru Kenny.
yeah.
Guru Kenny.
That's
Let's
impressive.
go, baby.
We
What were you gonna say, Trey?
I was just gonna say we also got Dominic here. He's gonna talk about the Rams for us. So
Oh, Dom's gonna talk about the Rams. Let's bring him
Yeah.
on, Mr. Dom. I saw you in there waiting, Dom. I saw you in there waiting. I
up,
didn't know.
guys?
I thought you were coming on at 7:15, but you're here now. So let's go. What's up,
Yeah.
Dom?
What's up, guys? How are you?
This
Good,
man,
man.
I love it. Look at his Rams jersey.
What are you wearing? Yeah,
Oh, is that a Stafford?
Staffy.
MVP,
Yes.
MVP.
I was
I'm
worried.
fired.
I couldn't find it, and I was like, I can't talk about the Rams without this.
I gotta have it. Man, yeah, we haven't gotten to talk to Dom since I beat him in the fan feed fantasy playoffs.
Oh, by how many points? By how much?
It wasn't much, was it?
It wasn't close, but all that matters is that trade. That trade was still terrible. I don't even care if I lost. That Pickens for BTJ trade was just my winning. That was my win.
That was the best trade of the year. Easily was picking straight up for Brian Thomas Jr. I was the mark. I was the taco of the league, and somehow the fantasy gods looked upon me and said, "You know what? Since you sacrificed Mr. George Pickens for Brian Thomas Jr., we're going to gift you this championship by like 0.02 points." Did y'all see that finish in the championship?
That is crazy, dude. That's actually like
Nuts.
0.02.
0.02
Nuts.
is ridiculous.
I won another league by 0.2 at the same time, so
Oh my
Uh,
god.
it was a stressful night to say the least.
Yeah, if Puka had made that catch, I was dunzo. But yeah, it's good to have y'all here. So let's talk first. I want to build up the hype for playoffs. So I want to ask both of y'all, what's been your favorite moment for your team in playoff history, like that you remember? Maybe a time that you were alive for. Was it a big win, a big play? What was your favorite playoff moment from your team? Anybody want to take a stab at that first, Kenny or Dom?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Rams fan, but I do remember getting really heavily into football when the Rams, beat the Bengals in that Super Bowl a couple years ago, and that was just like a really, really big game because everybody thought that Jamar Chase and Burrow were going to win it, super young, and it was going to be a dynasty. And I think that was the year Cooper Kupp got the Triple Crown too. So that was such a big year for the Rams. So I think that like kind of revitalized the city because after St. Louis, everything was kind of like weird especially with the fan base. So I think that kind of brought back a lot of juice from what I've seen in the fan base. And even recently, we've had like one down year. But other than that, it's been really, really solid since that Super Bowl win.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not been a struggle for Rams fans, to say the least. Even after they traded all their picks away, they finally got picks, and they really don't even need first because they just draft Puka Nacua in the 5th round. So, like, why do you need a first-round pick when you're just better than everybody? Kendrick, you got a favorite playoff moment? They're few and far between.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. As a Panther fan, we don't have many. So just that, I don't have a particular game or just like moment, just like that entire run in 2015.
Yeah.
As a Panther fan, it's like, wow, like you never imagined to win even 8 games, nonetheless 15.
Right.
So the entire run going up to the Super Bowl, never mind the Super Bowl, just the fact that we was in there. It's amazing to see. I would say that one for me.
Yeah, that was a special season.
Man, one thing I remember about that season, about the Panthers in particular, is a lot of people don't remember this, but in the playoffs, they like diced up the Legion of Boom. Like they tore them apart. And my gosh, I was sitting there going, how are they doing? Like Cam Newton is like just ripping through like this whole defense. And it was incredible. I think at halftime, you probably remember better than I do, Kendrick, but I think at halftime it was like 30-3 or something. Like it was stupid. But man, that was an incredible game. I was still sore from the Super Bowl 48 loss, so I loved seeing that.
Caleb, do you have a favorite moment from either of these teams from playoff history?
Oh man, I think they said it. I wasn't around, I was around back in the early 2000s, but not really watching football. I wish I could have. But like Trey was said, the year Cam Newton. It's funny because we got into that debate actually earlier in the season. I think we brought it up, or Cam was talking about it. That people were comparing Cam Newton's prime to Jalen Hurts' prime,
right?
And it's just nothing compares to the Cam Newton prime at all. And what he was working with, especially the receiving core, it's just insane, and it still goes overlooked, especially because how goofy he is on his talk show. Like everyone looks to make fun of him, but
I love Cam.
I love Cam too, dude. That was just special to see. And again with the Rams, the year they go on to beat Joe Burrow, the anointed ones between Burrow and Jamar was just a crazy run. Even as a Pittsburgh fan in our division, I've always had respect for them. But man, Matt Stafford is, in my opinion, you guys can disagree, but he's pushing a top 5 QB of all time for me. Which is maybe crazy to see, but if you look at the stats, this man has put up 4,000 yards like consistently, no matter where he is and who he has. But that's a side note. We can talk about it a different time.
Top 5 all time, man.
You know what's crazy about that? It's not really crazy. It's just like a couple degrees of separation between me and an NFL player. Somebody from that Rams team from that Super Bowl year. He was a defensive back. His name was Nick Scott. He plays for the Panthers now, actually. So that's pretty ironic. My sister-in-law and my wife, they went to high school with him, like, which is it's pretty crazy. And
wow.
Like he would like come over to their house, like do like class projects and stuff. But in that playoff run, like he was the guy that intercepted Tom Brady when they played the Bucks, like in that playoff. Dude, so cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
We'll try to get him on the pod or something. Be really cool.
I know. Remember me?
Questions.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I was gonna say I love the Panthers Super Bowl against the Patriots. I thought that was like one of the first Super Bowls I like really watched as a kid. I did see the Patriots Rams one, but I didn't really stay to watch. I was playing with friends. But the Patriots Panthers one, that one was like just such an electric game. Musa Muhammad was like a hero of mine after watching that game because he was just a dog. And Jake Delhomme, I remember reading a book about like different NFL players, and there was a little write-up about Jake Delhomme, and They were like, he loves horses. And I was like, this guy loves horses and threw like 3 touchdowns, 300 yards in the Super Bowl against the Patriots.
Cam's like, I love horses now.
Yeah. I had those horse boulders and binders, like the colorful unicorns.
Yeah.
And, put hearts above my eyes. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So let's move on. So we're kind of running out of time, but that's good. We're being nostalgic. But I want to talk to both of y'all. Kendrick, I'll start with you. Panthers game plan going into this one. How do they beat the Rams? What is the strength of the Rams or the weakness of the Rams that the Panthers need to stop and attack?
Due to the fact that we beat them a couple weeks ago, all we have to do really is just have a balanced offense, being able to run the ball. That's very essential for us. Bryce can throw the ball as much as he possibly can, but without that running offense, we're not really going to do too much because LA's defense can be very very sticky at times. You know what I'm saying, and very hectic to go through. So being able to equal out the offense, running the ball, and also getting Tech McMillan involved. Jalen Coker has been huge for us. I don't know what's going on with Leggett. I had a huge upside for him going into the second year, but he just hasn't really done too much. But Trimble has been great for us as well. So just have a equal balance within our offense and try our best to obtain Stafford as much as possible. I know it's not going to be much because he is my MVP as well. So being able to just get down and dirty and try to get him as much as you possibly can. We had the 2 picks in the last game and forced fumble as well to solidify the win. And so those 2, I think we walk out of Charlotte with the win. I hope.
That's crazy. I love it. Yeah, and I'd even add on to that. The Panthers defense has been playing really well.
Yeah.
I think that game they played against the 49ers, and I can't remember. I think they lose that game or did they win that game? I can't remember. But it was a couple weeks ago. But the Panthers defense, I mean, they forced Brock Purdy. I think he threw like 3 picks in the first half alone. Like the defense was just playing lights out. And with Stafford kind of, I wouldn't say he's declining over the course of the season, but he has thrown a lot more picks recently. He's kind of been
regressing,
a little more careless with the ball. That could be a big deal for the Panthers. So, but Dom, you got to tell us why we're wrong, man. Tell us why we're wrong. Tell us why the Rams are going to win this game and what they need to do to win it.
Man, I'm going to go off Caleb's point. I think Stafford's going to be a top 5 QB, and I'll add on to that. I think he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the playoffs. He's been fantastic in the playoffs from the time he's got to LA. Obviously, nothing in Detroit, but the Rams need to know that they've been here before, and that the Panthers haven't. A lot of guys on the Panthers are young, very, very young team. They need to make sure that they bring pressure early, especially guys like not even just Bryce Young, Tech McMillan. You got younger guys on the offensive line, on the defensive side as well. Just guys that haven't been in the playoffs yet, that don't have the experience that Sean McVay does. Devontae Adams is going to be back for this game. He's healthy. Tyler Higbee's going to be back. Even guys like Puka Nacua, and to stick to their game plan too. Use those guys. What the Rams have been doing has been working. So use your guys. Use Billy Corum. Use Kyron Williams. Pressure with that defense. They run a 3-4 defense. So get everybody involved in that. So I think the biggest thing for the Rams is to build off what they've already done and don't change too much because they've had plenty of success with what they've done.
Love it. Love it. All right. So we're at 7:15. We need to finish up. So we're going to do our final score predictions. In 30 seconds or less, I want each of you to give me the story of the game. What happens in this game? Who wins? Give me the final score. Trey, I'm starting with you, big man. We'll go Trey, then on to Caleb.
All right. Kendrick, I'm doing this because I love you, so I have to pick against the Panthers. I have to.
You have to.
Dude, they're gonna win. They're gonna win. You watch. I'm picking.
Don't say
against them.
that.
They're gonna win.
Rams are going to win. You say it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Rams, which means the Panthers are gonna win because dude, it just has happened literally all year.
Don't do it, Trey.
Okay. No, I think the game is gonna be a lot closer than people expect. I don't think it's gonna be like a shootout like the last game was. I don't think they're both scoring above 25 points. I think it's playoff football and it's real now. So oh my gosh, what do I want to say? I think you're probably looking at a score closer to like 24 to like 20, something like that. So I'm gonna say that's the score, and then I'm gonna pick the Rams, hoping that the Panthers do it, man. Like I really hope that the Panthers do it. But that's where I gotta go.
All right, Caleb, 30 seconds or less. Give me the story of the game.
All right. I've been pulling for the Rams since like week 4, week 5. As much as I love to take the underdog here, I'm sticking with the Rams. I think the first half is going to be pretty even. I think that Bryce's inconsistencies continue, and they can't make drives happen, and the Rams sputter out when they get into the red zone like they always do. But I see like first half being like 10-3, but I think second half Stafford pulls it together because he is the more experienced veteran and the best QB in the playoffs right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he just takes off with it. Final score projection, I'm taking 27-17, Rams winning it and moving on.
I like it. All right, Kendrick.
I feel like it would be a very even game, like you guys were saying. Our defense has been, very solid in the beginning of the games, the first half. And for some reason, we just come out of nowhere with our offense in the second half. So I feel like that's what we're going to do. One of you guys said it earlier, where like with our inexperience in the playoffs, this is Bryce Young's first playoff game, Tech McMillan, of course. So that would definitely play a factor, I feel like. But just having hope in my team, I think we're going to pull through. I would say 2017. Carolina.
Let's go.
Man.
It was Dom. Dom said it. I thought it was really dumb, but Dom said it.
I'll die on that hill, Caleb. It's okay.
Threw that man under the bus.
I had to say something.
All right, Dom, let's hear your 30-second breakdown.
All right, I think it's going to be opposite. I think the Rams are going to take an early lead. I think it's going to be very probably 17, maybe 3 first half, and I think the Panthers are going to come back. Big offensive second half. I think it's going to end. I think it might end 35-28. I think the Rams are going to take it away. I think it's going to be a big, high-scoring game. I think it's going to be one more exciting games this weekend too. So,
nice.
I like that.
Cam.
All right, yeah. Storyline. I just think the Panthers, while maybe making a couple early stops, it will be very hard to hold back Mr. Matt Stafford now that he has his favorite weapon back, Devontae Adams. He will be launching that ball. They're going to be running, throwing. There's multi-dynamics. I think the Panthers defense will hold them to a certain degree, but I just don't think that Bryce Young has been consistent enough for me to have any faith. So I'm going Rams 24-13 in the first round of the playoffs.
Dang.
So there we go.
Well, you know why the
4
Panthers
Rams.
are going to win? They're just going to tell Bryce that he's getting benched like an hour before the game. Like, we'll bench you, buddy. And then he's going to go light it up for like 4 touchdowns.
You're cut.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
they're going to start Andy Dalton in like the first minute, and he's going to be like, oh.
Yeah, Andy Dalton's going to break the news to him. So
The red rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But fellas, hey, thank you guys so much. I think Dom's going to stay on. Kendrick, good luck to man. I do hope the best. I do want the Panthers to win.
Come on, Kenny.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
We'll be texting you.
All right,
we'll be texting you Saturday.
All right, man.
Yep. All right, dude. We'll see you. All right. So Dom's going to stick on. We've got the Bears, and then we've also got the Packers. So we're going to bring on Miss Steph. Steph, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Welcome back to the show.
What's going on?
Thanks. Nothing. Hello.
All right. So we got Bears and Packers, a divisional showdown.
Right.
Packers 7 seed, Bears 2 seed. Who would have thought in the year 2025 that this was going to happen?
Right?
Yeah.
Crazy. I will say I could have predicted the Packers being the 7th seed. But yeah, definitely not the Bears. So we've already heard from Dom on this, but I want to hear from you, Steph. Do you have a favorite moment from Packers history in the playoffs, like a favorite play or big game they played?
Can I count? I think the whole 2010 playoff season was super wild. They ended up being the first 6-seed team to win the Super Bowl, and it was pretty shocking. I don't know. They're super dominant. So the whole thing.
Yeah, really appreciate you bringing that up when both
I know,
of
they beat
us
the
Steelers
Steelers.
fans are right here. Yeah.
Not cool.
Yeah.
Worst night of my life.
Cam is a Seahawks fan now. He's no longer.
That's right.
He's no longer Steelers fan because he doesn't believe in them. So he's jumping on the bandwagon of the number 1 seed.
Classic.
Oh man. So yeah. Anyway, let's do this. Let's talk about the Packers and Bears. I want to hear a grade for their regular season from you guys. So Dom, I'll start with you. If you could grade the Bears regular season, how would you grade them?
Well, before that, I gotta make a uniform change.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. I knew it was coming.
That feels so much better. Yeah, that feels so much better. All right. So yeah, no, I would give the Bears probably like a B plus. I think the end was a little shaky. Last 2 games was pretty shaky, but I think that honestly fused a little bit of a fire under their butt. If not for anything else, I think angry Caleb and angry Ben Johnson's a scary thing. So I'd give it a solid B plus, way over my expectations of the number 1 overall seed in the NFC North. So yeah.
Angry Ben Johnson does not sound like a fun time. Because he's so even keeled, and that's got to hurt even worse too. With because Steph, you're our Lions writer.
Yeah.
You know, to see Ben Johnson in the playoffs and not your Lions. I mean,
Really
how does
sad.
that make you feel?
It's pretty sad.
Oh man.
It was hard.
So, well, how would you grade the Packers season this year? And Micah says. Sorry, really quick. Micah says can't wait for the Bengals segment. I don't know why. The Bengals are not in the playoffs.
That was it. That was the segment just now.
Terrible.
That was the segment right there.
Yeah, that was it.
Moving on.
You want to give a grade for the Bengals?
Yeah. B D terrible.
2 of these.
Yeah.
This is my
2 of
grade.
these. All right, Steph. So yeah, give us a grade for the Packers this season.
I would give them a C because there are times when they were favorites to make it to the Super Bowl and times that they were just awful. So I feel like it's a passing grade. So because they went back and forth, and yeah, C.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I think C is pretty good.
Agreed.
What would you say, Trey? Because me and Trey were real hard on the Packers all year. Would you give them a C?
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right on, Steph. Like at times they did look like the best team in the league, like for a week, and then it's like the next week they would, lose to the Panthers, like,
it's in there.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is what we've been saying from the very beginning of this show. Even Cam and I is that. We think that the Packers are a good team, but that Jordan Love is not a good quarterback. And the main reason is just because we think that he's been too inconsistent. And that's what has happened the entire season. Just very inconsistent.
Yeah,
very good at some games, terrible other games. And so I don't know. But for that reason, I agree with you. I'm splitting the difference between like an A and an F,
right. I know it's really hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just look like an F. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they beat the Steelers so bad early in the season that everybody started calling for Mike Tomlin's head. And, I think right after that, they lost to a very questionable team. But that's just Packers football for the last however many years. So anyway, Micah says, JK, it's Eagles Nation. Oh, yeah, Trey was going to bring it up. Eagles Nation, let's go. Yeah, Eagles, we'll talk about them soon.
Yeah, we'll get to them.
Can't wait.
So, but I would say both of your teams are probably long shots to make the Super Bowl. even though the Bears especially have the 2 seed, I don't think a lot of people are penciling them in to a Super Bowl, especially with Ben Johnson in his first year. How hopeful or pessimistic are you guys about your team's chance to make the Super Bowl? Let's start with Steph on this one. How hopeful are you or pessimistic?
I mean, they're the 7th seed, so it doesn't look great. But, I mean, there's nobody that just looks so dominant that it looks like they're for sure going to be there. So,
Right.
I mean, there's always a chance.
Yeah.
It's a matter of getting hot at some point.
Totally. Yeah, this is definitely, that's a great point, is that this is one of the flattest seasons in the playoffs that I can remember where there hasn't been a dominant team on either side, really. I mean, you could say the Broncos and Seahawks have been dominant, but really we've seen them be, I mean, Seahawks were a questionable 2-point call away from losing to the Rams, which changes that whole division and the seeding for all those teams. Broncos, you know, they win these big games against the not against the Jags. Sorry, they lost to the Jags.
You picked the one game that they lost. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
The one that they lost.
They've won some big games, but then they struggle against like the Raiders or against some of these lesser teams, and it's like, what is happening? So it's very flat. Dom, how hopeful or pessimistic do you think you feel about the Bears?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm very, very double-sided on this. I think that if we can get past the Packers, I think if anything, this will be the toughest test. For some reason, like you guys said, the Packers play the best football in the entire world against, like, in times they shouldn't, and then in other times it, but I think this will be the toughest test. If we get past this, a little more pessimistic, but I'd probably give it like of a grade. I'd probably give it like a C, because I'm not too crazy about the NFC this year, especially with the Rams and the Seahawks. I think that'll be a really tough second half of that playoff race. So yeah.
Well, I looked up some quick stats while you guys were talking, but number 7 seed has never reached the Super Bowl before. But the asterisk beside that is there's only been 7 teams on each conference for like 5 years. So that's the reason why. The number 2 seed only reaches the Super Bowl like 25 to 30% of the time. So,
wow.
But I don't know what those numbers are for the other. I mean, it could be around the same for everybody too. It just goes to show how hard it is to get to the Super Bowl in general. But
totally.
Sure. Yeah,
totally. Yeah, I'm going to pull up the line real quick. So we're going to prepare to do our 30-second storyline. What is the story of this game? How does this game end? And final score predictions. I'll actually start it to take pressure off of everybody, and that way you can prepare your answers. But I'm trying to pull up this money line here to see what the odds are currently. So right now, oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, it's a 1.5 point spread. It is close, and that goes right in line with what I was saying. I have trashed the Packers all year long. I have just dogged them over and over. I can't stand them, but here we are. They're going to walk into Soldier Field, and they are going to beat the Chicago Bears.
Well, so that's like Vegas saying that the Packers are going to win. That's what they're saying, because they give them that 3-point advantage for being at home. So what they're saying is that they're really like 1.5 point favorites. I'll read you a very 4.5 point favorite. Yeah, on a neutral field, like 4.5 point favorites. Like that's what they would be right now.
So I'll give you a stat that I read earlier this season, or earlier this week, is that the road is it road favorites? Oh no, this doesn't apply here. Never mind. Scratch that. All right, let me just give my 30-second breakdown. Yeah, Green Bay Packers. I just think they play the Bears really well. And the Bears would be a lot lesser of a team had they not recovered a crazy onside kick a couple weeks ago against the Packers, had the Packers not just completely given up. I think the Packers had that loss sting them really hard. I think they're going to come in. They're going to play a really boring game. Josh Jacobs going to run for about 70 to 80 yards and 1.5 touchdowns. And the Packers are going to win this one. I'm going with a final score of 23-16. So that's my final score. Packers beat the Bears. Let's go to Caleb. Caleb, give me the breakdown of this game.
All right. I'm disagreeing. I'm going Bears on this one because I love Ben Johnson and the Bears, and I can't stand the Packers. But bias aside, I do think the Packers take the lead in the first half and Bears look hopeless. I'm thinking like 2-3 scores at halftime they're up by, but I think the Bears are resilient and they dig back out, and it comes down to the final drive of the game where Caleb Williams just works his magic and hits some weird no-name guy that's not Colston or Luther.
Yes.
Exactly. And I think they score it, and I think they win it. I'm taking final score being 23-19, game-winning touchdown Caleb Williams.
Nice. I like it.
I'm excited for this game.
Victor Rogers booed me, and he says, "Go Bears."
Come on, Victor.
And then
Let's go, Victor.
we gotta
Tell him,
we
Victor.
gotta pause the show and say, "What up to Troy?"
What up,
Everybody say,
Troy?
"What's up,
Troy.
Troy is. I think Troy has been on this podcast, at least in the comments, more than I have been on this podcast. Troy is the
More than
absolute
me.
man. What is up, Troy? Thank you for being here.
We'll have to get him on the podcast sometime soon.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. All right, Trey. I heard that Trey gives away his favorite Broncos jersey to the top fan from FanFeed Network, and I think Troy's right now in the winning. That's just what I heard. So
I got to stop being supportive then.
Yeah.
Don't want to win it.
I got to go.
Yeah.
I got to get out of here.
I think I support this a lot. I'm going to give it to myself.
There you go.
Sweet. Yeah. I'm gonna take the Bears. And my literal only reason in doing this is because the Bears won at home this year, the Packers won at home this year, and that's what I'm going off of. I think that because the Bears are at home, it's very simple as that. But I love Kyle Monangai, and I think that he's gonna have a crucial part in this game, and I think he's gonna score a touchdown. Which could be like the dagger. But if this were reversed, I would take the Packers at home if they were playing at home. But it's close. I mean, Vegas is saying it's close too. So I think it's gonna be a good game. This is gonna be like a marquee game of the weekend. So I'm excited to watch this one.
I'm stoked. All right, Steph, let's hear from you.
Okay, I had the Packers, and I thought that the score would be 24-21, but I saw right before here that the weather might be really bad this weekend, so that might affect it. I live only like 2 hours away from Chicago, and we're supposed to get snow and a lot of wind this weekend.
Let's
like
go.
Extra wind. So it might not be a very high-scoring game either.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Coming
going
on
to go
that
back
season.
and forth in the lead, but I feel like the weather might affect it. They're both capable of playing in the snow.
Yeah, sure.
But
Man, both of those running games, holy cow! Like Ben Johnson's running game, and my gosh, Josh Jacobs, like that dude could have a 300-yard game. Like you just never know.
Dude, those punters are going to have just a field day. They're just going to be punting after each 3 and out.
They're going to earn their paycheck. They'll earn their
yeah, 100%. This is why they're
sure.
signed. This is why they're here.
Yeah.
All right, Dom, wrap us up, man. You're definitely going Packers, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, Steph and I both wrote some fantastic articles and with some fantastic analytical work in it, and it has all these stats and everything to go, storylines. But all you need to know this game's going to be chaos, and nothing we say is going to ever come true, especially for this game.
Yeah.
And the score is going to be 21-20 off of a missed field goal. The Bears are going to win it and go to the next round. Ooh. And it's going to be a mess. It's going to be the craziest game. So any type of analytics is great. We both wrote great articles. Go check them out. But please. It's going to be chaos. And I think the Bears are going to win 21-20 off of a missed field goal, extra point. I mean, from the Green Bay Packers.
He's channeling his inner
goals.
Tyler Loop.
Yes.
Channeling his inner Tyler Loop. Let's go.
Yes.
Well, cool. This is going to be a very fun game. I'm very excited for this one. Guys, thank you both so much for being on. Thank you both so much for your articles. Everybody who's watching right now in chat, go check out their articles, fanfeednetwork.com. A lot of stats in there, even though they may not matter. The stats are a big deal. So go check them out. But yeah, once again, guys, thank you so much, and then enjoy Wild Card Weekend.
Yeah, and if you're new here, if you haven't checked us out before, please hit that like and subscribe button, you guys. We're everywhere. We're in podcast form. We're on YouTube. I think we're streaming to X right now too. So check it out. But yeah, like Dominic and Stephanie, they've had stuff come out all year long, and their articles are so good. Fantasy football, Lions, Packers, anything you can imagine, man. We've got it all. So fanfeednetwork.com.
Cool. All right,
Nice.
guys.
Awesome.
We'll see you.
Good to see you guys.
Thank
See you
you.
guys.
Have a fun weekend.
Man.
All right.
Nice.
Back to the three amigos for 1 second, and then we're bringing on the mastermind,
Our guy.
the brains behind it all, Mr. Anthony. What's up, my guy? Anthony, it looks like you're muted.
Hey everyone, how are you?
Hey.
Good, man.
Anthony.
What is your jacket? Is that a soccer team?
Yeah, it's Atletico Madrid.
Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go. What is that guy's name? The guy with the beautiful hair. Griezmann.
Trey.
Yeah. Does he still play for them?
Hey,
He does,
that was
yeah.
my answer.
Yeah, it's definitely not Trey. Actually, to everybody who's watching right now, Caleb, take off your hat.
Anthony, let's see.
Lord.
Everyone,
Chat, y'all let us know who on the show has the best hair, right?
Hold on.
Who has the best hair?
We'll do
Let me turn my fan on. Hold on.
we'll do a playoff bracket of our hairstyles.
Oh,
That's right.
oh.
But yeah, Anthony, what is up, man? How have you been?
Been pretty good. This is my first week back in college, so it's been kind of busy, but doing good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Look at this. I love this Titans writer.
Dude.
All your writers are great. You rock FanFeed Network. Thank you, Soothe Yourself.
Man.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I was gonna
Let's get a tier.
I was off the tab, so I didn't see that you were reading a comment. I thought you were just saying that, Cam. Like, I love this Titans writer, because I was gonna say something like that too. If you ever seen like a more loyal fan, and trust me, like I know, like the Broncos have been terrible for 10 years. Man, like listening to and talking to Anthony like over this past season, it's been crazy, like how just locked in he is, despite them only winning 3 games this year. But
Let's go.
yeah.
But it started looking up at the end of the year, man. I think
Yeah.
Cam Ward is.
Come on now.
He's the truth, man.
Yeah.
I said that after week 1, our game with you, Anthony. I said that. I was like, Cam Ward is the truth. Like, this guy.
You didn't say that.
I said that. Go back.
Whoa, guys, hold on. Chat has spoken. LOL. By the way, Cam, you rock that hair. Let's go. Oh, come on. Let's
How
go.
much did he pay you?
Block him right
I don't
now.
even know who this is, but thank you so much, Soothe Yourself. This is
Yeah.
fantastic.
I think you need to soothe
pissed.
yourself, Cam.
No, because Anthony's the Titans writer, we got to honor the Titans real quick. Anthony, is there a coach that you would prefer to come into Tennessee to take over that job?
Ooh,
Good question.
like that.
That's a very good question, and I'm not sure if honor is the right word for the Titans after this season. But I don't know. I've liked the guys that we've been bringing in for interviews so far. I think Harbaugh is obviously a dream candidate. I don't think we're going to get him.
Right.
But honestly, I wouldn't hate Arthur Smith coming back.
Mm.
But,
That's
Wow.
you know,
I-
I don't know. I'll leave it up to them to make the decision. I'll support whoever it is, but I've been kind of following along, and I'll keep track of it, obviously. But we'll see.
Yeah. Anyone but Matt Nagy, I think, would
Yeah.
be my view
Please.
as a Titans fan.
Please.
No
Yeah,
Matt Nagy.
He's interviewing. Did you see that?
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
the favorite right now.
Yeah.
Somebody put it at like
Oh.
60% chance that they would hire Nagy because they've been
Yeah.
eyeing Nagy for a while, apparently. But
Why?
yeah,
They're gonna hire
I-
Nagy, and the next time we see Anthony, he's gonna come in like shirt torn up, eyes just like dark circles, bloodshot,
Yeah, man, I love the Titans.
ashes on his head.
You're not with us when we're 3 and 13 or 14. You can't be with us when we're 1 and
That's right.
16.
That's right. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think we all owe a little bit of an apology to Arthur Smith, especially as Steelers fans, because I talked really bad about him, and I think he's done a pretty good job with that offense. We're not lights out or anything, but the offense has been pretty efficient for the most part this
Yeah.
season, and I just think he's done a pretty good job, and I think he would do a good job coming back to Tennessee, which is kind of funny. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Bills Jags.
Let's go.
Anthony, which team are you covering? Bills?
The Bills, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So let me ask you this. Is there a favorite playoff moment you've had from the Bills in the past few years or even longer?
I don't know, honestly. I don't really watch a lot of the Bills,
Sure.
but that game against the Chiefs a couple years ago, I don't remember the score, but I hope you know the game I'm talking about. But that's
13
definitely
seconds.
Yeah. That's the one. That stands out to me for sure.
That was an incredible game. That was the game where it was like, okay, Patrick Mahomes may be the GOAT. Like, just how do you go 13 seconds, 2 plays, 40 yards down the field and get in field goal range?
I remember that too. And I was like, well, Gabe Davis, I remember saying like, oh, Gabe, he got 3 touchdowns in that game. And I was like, he was like my fantasy pick like the next year. I mean, the same exact game. It's so funny you say that because I think that's everybody's favorite game from the Bills, right? Like they just went toe to toe with the Chiefs when they were at their best, and what a game that was! Holy cow,
incredible! Yeah, that's what I'm looking for Wild Card Weekend.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, Anthony, let me ask you about the Bills. How do you feel about the Bills' chances? They're currently the 6th seed in the AFC. Just a wild season. We've hit this multiple times. No Mahomes, no Lamar, no Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen's path to the Super Bowl couldn't be more clear, except for the fact that I think the team has been not as great. But how do you feel about the Bills right now?
Yeah, I think I mentioned that in my article. Like, this is the year where there's no Mahomes, there's no Lamar. So, like, this is the most wide open chance that Josh Allen has with the Bills. So I'd say I feel pretty good. But obviously, you got the Broncos, you got the Patriots, and the Jaguars are on like an 8-game winning streak, I think. So they're like the hottest team in the NFL right now. So it's not going to be easy, but it is just kind of interesting that for once there's not the usual roadblocks in the way.
Yeah, very much so. And you brought it up, and this is the game we're talking about. This Jags game and this Jags team is a very tough matchup. They're going to be down in Duval County. How do you like your odds in this one?
Well, I did just watch my Titans get destroyed by the Jaguars. So, but I know that the Bills are a lot better than the Titans, a lot better. So I have to say I am still fairly confident that the Bills will win, but it's definitely going to be a close game back and forth. It's going to be insane. I don't think it'll be on the level of that Chiefs game a couple years ago, but I think it's going to be pretty close.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to a high-scoring game. And I need to say this. Titans were looking good before Cam Ward got knocked out of that game.
Yeah.
Me and Caleb both were hitting it. I like the Titans to upset the Jags that last week, and I think it could have happened had Cam Ward not exited the game so early.
I agree.
And that would have been a really fun game.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's do this because we're rolling through time. Let's do our 30-second breakdown storyline. How does this game end? How does this game go? Tell me the storyline of this one. Let's start with Caleb. You start this one off, big guy.
Lordy, man. This might be the game I'm most excited for. I love the Jags. I love what they're doing. Bills have always been so fun to watch. Just two super fun teams. I think it's going to be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't think it's going to be a lot of punting at all. In the end, I believe that Trevor Lawrence pulls it off because Boy, for some reason, is a dog in the playoffs. Recency bias, but the comeback against the Chargers in the playoffs was just insane to witness. And the Bills, just as good as they are, just really haven't found their usual stride and groove like they usually have. So, all that being said, I am taking the Jaguars winning 31-27. And Parker Washington continues to be the best receiver in Jacksonville for some reason.
Yeah, true. Wait, didn't he get hurt? He got hurt last week.
Did he get hurt?
Anthony, he got hurt, right? I don't know if you remember Parker Washington. He's
I think he did get hurt, but I don't remember like how bad it was.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Facial Tootin, 200 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry. I just got a little excited. Trey, why don't you hit us with your 30-second? Oh, speaking of hair, Trevor Lawrence. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence is one of the most interesting looking human beings I've ever laid my eyes upon.
Yeah.
Like,
Perfect word choice. Interesting looking.
You guys
he's
remember the
so
TikTok of
interesting
him like dressed as a woman? And it was like, wow, is that Trevor Lawrence or a woman? Yeah, very, very unique look to Mr.
He's
P.
got a face only a mother could love. His face is massive. His face might be as big as my monitor.
All right.
It doesn't matter. He wins football games. And,
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He's a very rich man.
That's right. He's a rich man. All right, Anthony, give us your 30-second breakdown. What is the story of this game and what is the final score?
So I think the story of this game is two high-powered offenses going back and forth, two quarterbacks with great hair going back and forth.
Let's go.
I think that the Bills are going to come out on top, though. I think the final score I predicted in my article was 42-38. I think it's going to be like a Josh Allen game-winning drive, 2 minutes to go. He's going to lead them down the field. I think there's going to be very little defense. It's just going to be offense going at it. Trevor Lawrence slinging it, Josh Allen slinging it, James Cook probably running for a couple scores as well. And it's just going to be probably the best game of Wild Card Weekend, I think.
Dang. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Nice.
Yeah, look at that. OMG, that's right, Anthony. Let's go.
So Alex Gast, he's our Vikings writer, but he actually wrote up an article on this game. From the Jags perspective.
Okay.
And it's funny because he has the Jags winning 21-17, which I think is a lot. It's a lot more of a lower scoring game than what we think. But it's interesting that he says I'm also actually taking the Jags. I think the Jags are going to beat them. I think the Jags overall are a better team. And I'll even go as far as say I think the Bills are a bad team. But the Josh Allen effect, like he probably adds like 8 wins to what they would normally have without him. And for that reason, I just don't like their defense is really bad. They can't stop anything. And I just think that, Parker Washington go crazy, Jacoby Myers, Bashal Tootin, like all these guys, I think that any of them could have like a really big day. So I'm going to take the Jags. It's not going to be like crazy, like a double score lead or anything like that. But I think that they do win it probably like 30-26, something.
Wow.
Like that. Yeah.
Trey, you're making me really nervous that you're agreeing with all my picks.
Dude.
Y'all are just locked in together.
Yeah. Well, we texted each other.
I've heard about your picks in the past, and I'm now reconsidering. Can we redo the pod?
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right. So for me, I'll be honest. I've been so excited about the Jags. Very, very excited about them. I feel like they've been so good. Liam Cohen is just probably the best coach in football right now. In my opinion, just the way he attacks different teams, schemes. He's just the best schemer in the NFL. I'm really excited for him, but we've been down on the Bills. They are the 6th seed. They are playing on the road. I was talking to Caleb about this earlier. Bills defense has been pretty bad against the run. And so we were talking about the Eagles, but the Bills defense has been pretty bad against the run. But I think the Bills have kind of turned it around a little bit and have turned it up a notch. And I'm anticipating the Bills coming in here and continuing that trend. Maybe not stopping this Jags offense completely, but making those crucial turnovers in big moments. This is a team that's been to the at least the AFC Championship a handful of times in the last few years. The Jags, while being this very hot team, do not have that track record, do not have that history in the playoffs. I'm going to take the Bills in this one. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be high scoring. I'm going to say 38-33, Bills win it. So, yeah, go Josh Allen.
Dude, if it is actually that score, it's going to be an incredible game.
Incredible.
Yeah. Or like Anthony, you said like 42, right? 42 to 38 or something.
Yeah, 42 to 38.
Yeah. Man.
Wow.
Any of those scores, I'm here for it, man. Wild card weekend.
If
let's
this
go.
game just comes out to be a stinker,
Yeah.
wow.
13 to 12 incoming, baby.
I might
we're
become a
never doing
Titans fan.
podcast again.
There we go. Well, cool. So we don't have any writers coming on for the next game, but I know, Anthony, you've talked about the Eagles to some extent. Would you like to stay on and talk about this 49ers-Eagles game with us?
Sure, I could. Yeah, I've talked about the Eagles before, so
Let's do it. Yeah,
Cool.
I won't put you on the spot with too much here. But yeah, so 49ers, Eagles. This is another big game. You know, you got the history of the 49ers in the playoffs, but they are completely banged up. You got the Eagles, the returning Super Bowl champs, coming back into the playoffs. Looks like maybe they're returning to form. Let's just go around the room and just talk about what our feel is on this game. Caleb, let's start with you. How do you feel about well, just pick a team and tell me how you feel about that team.
I've been really back and forth on this game. It's just so many different things that come into play. Obviously, 49ers, when they got Brock back and a couple other guys back, were just tearing it up. Obviously, all you fantasy guys out there, Brock Purdy was like the savior in fantasy playoffs.
Yeah.
Just playing lights out, you know, and then he comes into the game against Seattle, and it's like, where's Brock Purdy?
Right.
But I am just obsessed with Kyle Shanahan. Obviously, this spot is not new to him, and I think his experience just goes a long, long way, which can be said also for Sirianni. You know, obviously recency biased, but Eagles just won the Super Bowl.
Right.
I can't take the Eagles. I'm big on 49ers. As down and hopeless as it looked throughout the season and the offseason, you know, with all the injuries, Christian McCaffrey has just stepped up in the biggest moments. Jawan Jennings, who was like my best receiver in my first dynasty league like 4 years ago, and was averaging like a catch per game, is now probably the best receiver on the team. Besides George Kittle obviously makes a big difference. So, you know, I think these teams really match up really well with the Eagles offense been struggling. I think San Fran can find a way to really slow them down and make a lot of 3-and-outs happen. And then as the Eagles defense has been struggling against the run, you know, you got Christian McCaffrey, who's been one of, if not the best running back in football this year, and can definitely continue that streak. So I guess all that being said, I am leaning 49ers, and I don't know if we're giving score projections just yet, so I guess I'll hold off. Before doing all that.
No, just getting a general feel on both these teams. Anthony, let me hear about you, or you can pick one of the teams too. You can talk about both or just one. So just the floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go with the Eagles. Obviously, it's been an up and down season for them. I think I mentioned that the last time I was on talking about them. But the offense has been, you know, sometimes here, sometimes definitely not here. And the defense, the same, honestly. But what sticks out to me is the game that they won over the Bills. Since I was writing about the Bills, I was looking back through the Bills games, and I remembered that game against the Eagles. And what stood out to me is the Eagles' defense in that game. And if the Eagles' defense can play like that, I don't think they'll be able to completely stop San Francisco's weapons, but they might be able to neutralize them just enough. And if their offense has one of those swings back towards one of those good days, then I can see the Eagles winning. But if it's another one of those like horrible Kevin Patullo, you know, performances, then it might not go well for the Eagles. But
for sure.
Yeah, because what did they hold James Cook to? Was it like 20 rushing yards?
It was something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that was the game Caleb and I were talking about earlier. And I was like, because I was saying the Eagles' rush defense had been pretty poor most of the year. The last like 4 games, they've held their opponent to like under like 50 total rushing yards in all 4 of them. Kind of crazy.
It's because they haven't played.
Trey, how's your feel on these teams?
I'm definitely higher on the 49ers for sure. Like I think the 49ers easily win this game. And that's just because I I don't believe in the offense in Philadelphia at all. Like they could have a good game, or they could, put up like 6 points, from 3 safeties. Like, I just don't. I don't know.
Like defensive, like positional safeties, or
yeah. But yeah, I real quick, did you guys see the whole thing about like the electrical substation next to the 49ers?
that was crazy,
Dude,
that was nuts.
do you know
What was
That was
this?
a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
not see this.
So the 49ers stadium is right next to like this electrical substation, and there's this ongoing the report. Is it? I don't know what you call it. They're like reporters that are like looking into it, and they're doing some research on it. But apparently, like these electrical waves can literally cause like soft tissue injuries, and it can literally like affect like your ACLs and stuff. And so people are starting to think like, is that what's happening to like all the 49ers players? And whether it's true or not, man, I don't know. I think the big thing here is like if players start to believe that it's true, they're not going to want to play in San Francisco. And so,
Can you imagine Kyle Shanahan just strolling in there and picking up the owner by his shirt? It's you. You're the
tears his
problem.
ACL while he's doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Collapses to the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Anyways, that's a little besides the point.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it actually
Wow.
feels like the Niners are getting healthier at the right time. And I think their offense is just really, really good. When you talk about like Brock Purdy having 3 picks in a game, like that's an outlier game. He's not usually like that. And so I don't know. You just pair him with McCaffrey and George Kittle and Juwan Jennings. Dude, they've got a team. They've got a good team. Their defense doesn't have to do a whole ton, honestly, in this game in particular. But yeah, oh yeah,
Y'all look at this,
dude.
This is the stadium, right beside the stadium. You can't see it, but the big gray building right there.
Yeah,
That's the electrical substation.
Yeah,
literally
Good
right beside
Lord.
the stadium facility.
Who is the city planner? Who did this?
dude.
Yeah,
It's
someone
crazy.
who's not a 49ers fan. It was probably
I haven't eaten-
a Rams fan.
I haven't eaten yet. You said electrical subs. And I was like, what do you mean by that?
You said, "Oh, I'm kind of hungry."
All the Subway commercials of eating fresh and all the athletes comes back to haunt them.
That's right. Yeah, so I'm going to differ from Trey here in this one. Soothe yourself. Though I wish the Eagles wins, the 49ers might just take it home. Yeah, so here's the thing. Here's
Tell
what
'em,
I've
Soothe.
been hearing. 49ers are just decimated with injuries. And while they've had a pretty enjoyable season the last couple weeks, they got Purdy back, George Kittle back. Who are the teams they played? They played the Seahawks, who they lost to. That was a pretty bad game.
Yeah,
And that game, me and Caleb talked about it. I think that game meant a lot to Kyle Shanahan because of how many injuries are on this team. They had a couple guys get banged up. You got McCaffrey, who's had 400 something touches this year. Again, so 1 week of rest would have been a huge deal, and they could not beat the Seahawks. Seahawks just shut them down. I still like the 49ers, but I just don't even see this game really being relatively close. I think the Eagles are on a hot streak, even though their offense, we've talked about it all year, that this offense is pretty pathetic. Kevin Patullo, sad excuse for an OC. He should be fired before they even get to the playoffs. See if they can get Mike McDaniel in there. But I don't think I don't think the 49ers can stop the run game, even though Saquon's been bad. I think the Eagles are going to have a really good game here.
Bigsby's been good.
And Bigsby's been great when he plays. I wish the Eagles would play more Bigsby.
Yeah.
And just spell Saquon a little bit. That would, help save him for the rest of the run. Because Bigsby's been very electric. So, I like the 49ers just because Shanahan's probably one of the better coaches in the league right now. Not even probably, he is probably top 3. But I just think the Eagles are just too strong. I think their defense is shutting people down, and they can shut down Chris McCaffrey in this game. it's all over. Brock Purdy's going to be very frustrated back there. Still should be a good game, but I'm going to say the final score is 31-10. That's me.
Oh.
That's what I'm going with, bro.
That's crazy.
I don't even like the Eagles. I hate them. I hate them. But I'm going 31-10.
That's a lot.
Did you give your final score?
Have they scored 31 points this year, like in a game this year?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me pull it up. I'll pull it up right now.
Have they scored 31 points at all this year?
I know, right?
Let's see. Yeah, come
Good
on, bro.
question.
They scored 33 against y'all's precious Rams. Scored 31 against the Bucks. Scored 34 against the Giants. 38
There was a
against the
blocked
Giants.
field goal at the end that never happens.
But they haven't scored 30 point. Oh no, they scored 31 against the Raiders.
Okay.
Not even the Broncos could score 31 against the Raiders. So
Wow.
I'd say that's
Raiders.
pretty good.
How many
I'd
points
say
does
that's
it take
pretty
to beat a
good.
team?
Huh?
One. How many points does it take to beat a team? One. It doesn't matter.
I love the funniest bit about this whole show is when we started this, Trey talking about the Chiefs and how fraudulent last season was for the Chiefs, how they won so many games by one possession and one. And it literally has just flip-flopped to the Broncos. And all he said all year is, hey, man, all it takes is one win, bro. What did Parcells say? You are what your record says.
yeah. Dude, Sean Payton says that too. Sean Payton literally says that.
That's crazy. You could have waited to say that after the show, bro. I don't approve of this.
Just it's so funny.
But I'm very self-aware. Like, I'm self-aware. I know that that's happening to us right now. And I know that this is not like a long-term thing either. Like, next year I might be on the pod saying, hey, the Broncos are collapsing this year. Like, I might be saying that.
The day you come on the pod and say the Broncos are collapsing might be the day fan feed folds forever. May it never come. May it never come.
It'll just be me and Anthony carrying fan feed at that point.
Yeah, that's right.
Real quick, did everybody give final score? I know I gave final score.
I did
Anthony,
not.
why don't you give a final score?
I think if the Eagles are going to win, it's going to be a low-scoring game. And since I'm technically talking about the Eagles here, I'm going to pick them to win. Even though I'm not super confident about it, I'll go with it.
What?
So I'll say 17-13. We'll go with maybe 17-13.
That sounds way more realistic than 31-10.
Y'all will see. Y'all gonna see?
Yeah, we'll see.
Caleb, give your final score prediction.
Okay. And one thing I wanted to say earlier is, like, I feel like we've been watching Kyle Shanahan just set his team up weeks ago for the playoffs. You know, when they got Brock Purdy back, I think he just wanted Brock to just sling it. I think he wanted to get Brock as much confidence as he could, and really just elevate this passing offense as much as he could. You know, Christian McCaffrey had 8 carries last game against Seattle, which is like not happened and forever unless he was hurt. So I think Shanahan was playing it a game at a time, but also preparing for the future as much as he could in anticipation for this game, no matter who it was. All that being said, I do think it's going to be kind of a weird, sloppy game. I'm going to take San Fran winning 19-17.
Oh,
Gross.
yeah.
Gross.
Just so y'all know, the over-under is 44.5 points. So they are projecting points to be scored.
Yeah.
And so 31-10 is still on the under, but, you know, well within the range of that over-under. But Trey, go ahead. Give me your final score prediction.
I'm also going on the under with that too, because I'm going to say 24-17 San Fran.
Nice.
Yeah,
I was considering that one.
Yeah, 41 points. Yeah, it's the under.
Who on the 49ers defense is stopping Saquon?
Dude, Cam is on the under too. 31.
They don't
is also
need anyone to
41
stop
points.
Saquon. Saquon's been stopped by his offensive coordinator.
Who's stopping
all
Jalen
year.
Hurts?
Jalen is. He's
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts going to run a 4.8 and run 100-something yards in this game. I don't know. I don't even think it's going to.
Jalen Hurts is going to miss Devonta Smith over the middle, wide open, and he's going to make this defense look prime.
Yeah, he's going to
prime
look like,
rib.
He's going to do it. I just think everybody's underselling the Eagles again after last year. But
Probably.
anyway,
I actually
hanging my head.
I actually like the Eagles. I do, but I just don't think they're good. Like, but as a team, like I actually like the Eagles.
Y'all gonna see. Where's Micah, bro? I'm surprised to not see Micah chirping in the chat. That's crazy.
Yeah, he was waiting for
anyway.
Eagles. Where are you?
Yeah.
Can't wait for the Eagles part. Not here.
Fake fan.
Fake fan. Get on out. Bam. All right, Anthony, dude, thank you so much. Thank you for staying on and talking
thank you,
about the
Anthony.
Eagles.
Yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
absolutely.
Good stuff, Anthony.
Yeah, everybody, if you're watching right now, go check out Anthony's articles over at FanFeed Network. He specializes in the Titans, and it's some great content. So definitely go check that out. But yeah, Anthony, we will see you next time, my man.
Yeah, thank you.
See ya. Okay, back to the three amigos.
Okay.
All
Did you
right,
say that
so
because I'm Hispanic. Is that why you said that?
are you Hispanic? I thought you were Mexican.
Yeah, it's the same.
Thought you were American.
I thought you were American.
You're Hispanic, dude?
Yeah.
Nice. I was wondering why you were so
Like that.
cute.
Thank you.
All right. 8 o'clock game. We're going to talk about this one. We got Chargers at Patriots, the 7 seed versus the 2 seed.
Sick game.
This is a big one.
Let's go.
Trey, what are your initial thoughts on this one?
All right, I'm going to hit this again. But I said it earlier. I think this was the goal for the Chargers, was to go to New England because, again, their offensive line is atrocious and New England doesn't have a pass rush. So again, best case scenario for the Chargers, and I think that's a reason why they decided to sit their players in Week 18 against the Broncos, because they knew if they lost, they were gonna head to New England.
Right.
Yeah, I think that. I don't think Drake May is gonna have like 4 or 5 touchdowns. Like that's not gonna happen. It's gonna be a lot closer than I think Vrabel and May want it to be, and we kind of saw, we talked about this on another pod a few weeks ago when the Patriots played the Bills and they lost that game. One of the things I said was I wanted to see how he would do like in a close game, like one where they're not blowing out another team. And, we saw what happened. They lost 34-31, very, very close 1-score game. And I think we're looking at something similar here. I just think, I think the Patriots are doing something amazing for a second-year quarterback, like to have 14 wins. Like that's crazy. It's crazy, like where these second-year quarterbacks are this year. So much for a sophomore slump. Like it's pretty ridiculous what Drake May is doing, what Bo Nix is doing. Throw him in there. But yeah, dude, I'm excited for this one. Like I think this is like, in addition to the Bears and Packers, like we were talking about, I think this is going to be probably like the best game of the AFC this weekend. And I'm really excited to watch this one. We're not doing predictions yet, right? You're just trying to get my
just thoughts. Getting the temperature on this game. Caleb, what about you?
Yeah, this is super exciting, and it is super easy to get caught up with all the hype and excitement around Drake May and the Patriots and what they're doing. I'm one of them because it's real. It's not going away. And I love the Chargers. Chargers were one of my favorite picks, honestly, for the Super Bowl, honestly, beginning of the year. And I don't think it's a crazy long shot. It's a very, very difficult road from here. And I just have all the respect for Justin Herbert, man. I think he has so many things working against him. With the O-line injuries, just horrendous. You lose Amarian Hampton. I think Greg Roman is holding him back in certain situations and areas. And the man, he reminds me of Matt Stafford a little bit. Like he stays consistent. He has had his down games where he just struggled and things were not looking very good. But I mean, he has hung in there. And when all was lost, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like the last like 4 or 5 game stretch, he was running a lot, and it was always in big situations, like 3rd and longs, 4th down situations, and he would just, sit in the pocket and then just take off, right when he needed to, and it's just a perfect read in the perfect moment, and that's what elite QBs do. So it's, I'm still torn up about this one. I don't know if I can really pick one just yet. I might have to listen to the other arguments. Well, Cameron's argument. But very exciting year for both teams. Both of them deserve to be here. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah. And whoever does go on has a decent shot at the AFC Championship and potentially the Super Bowl.
Yeah, definitely. Real quick, Troy says that Ramondre Stevenson could be the difference in this game. They look good the last couple of games, and I would definitely
All right,
agree.
Troy. I'm not trying to hear all that. Ramondre, God, you've been here. You know where I stand.
That's right. Killing us. Soothe yourself. Thank you so much for being here. It says gotta go. Thanks, guys, for another great episode.
Nice.
Hey, thank you so much for
Good
being
stuff.
here. We'll be here next week. You can see us again, so hang out. Yeah, so let's talk about it. The Patriots, man. I just think the Patriots are probably the most fraudulent team here in the AFC.
Wow.
That's crazy.
We talked about it. Trey said it. They have no pass rush. They pride themselves on the defensive side of the ball as being able to stop the run. Let's talk about this. Played the Ravens just a couple weeks ago. Derrick Henry, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. They also played the Bills a couple weeks ago. James Cook, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns. They also played the Jets. They blew out the Jets, but Breece Hall still had 111 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
They played the New York Giants without Cam Scatterbo. They had Tyron Tracy and Devin Singletary. Between the two of them, 68 yards and 36 yards. That's over 100 yards. And that's a touchdown added there too. They also played the Bengals back in week, 15? Chase Brown, 107 yards rushing in this game. So,
Wow.
We talk about them being a dominant rush defense. Are we sure that they just were they weren't just a run funnel defense where, their pass defense, I think, is probably pretty decent, or probably not very good. Sorry, I said that the wrong way. The pass defense is not very good, meaning teams like to throw against them rather than run the ball.
Yeah.
And so they're getting a lot more teams throwing against them rather than throwing, or rather than running. So I think that's fraudulent. I don't think Drake May is fraudulent. I think Drake May is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL already.
Yeah.
I think he is easily top 5 quarterback right now. I don't think there's any debating that, especially in this iteration of the NFL where the rushing quarterbacks seem to have taken a back seat, and these pocket passers have seemed to step up. Even though Drake May can run the ball, Drake May can also read the field extremely well. And you see that he's, an MVP ballot, MVP candidate right now for a reason. But coming up against the Chargers have one of the best secondaries in the league. And they've got
I would just want to say this, like to your point that you were making, like what does Jim Harbaugh love to do? He just loves to run the ball. Like run the ball. And they're going to do that. They're going to do a lot of play action. Yeah.
And they're going to be able to throw the ball. I mean, and the Patriots do have Christian Gonzalez, who is a very, very good corner. But it's just the one guy. I mean, outside of that, they don't really have a lot. And the Chargers just match up so well because literally all their receivers, I feel like, are good. You've got Lad McConkey, obviously so good. Keenan Allen, the ageless wonder. Quentin Johnston, the man who was a bust after years 1, 2, and 3, and is now like one of Herbert's favorite options. You got a Rondé Gadsden. You've got Keandre Lambert-Smith, preseason hero. Trey Harris, who's been playing well. I mean, I just think this Chargers team is very underrated, like Trey said. The biggest problem for the Chargers is their O-line's bad. So, but they're not going to have many problems here, I think, against the Patriots. I think they'll find problems later on as they play these teams that do have dominant pass rushes, like maybe the Steelers or the Broncos. Texans. Like, oh my gosh. Dude, just
can you imagine?
in hell for an entire game. But so that's how I feel on that. Let's give our final score predictions. I'll just start off. I'm going to say the Chargers win this one. I'm not going to say they're going to run away with it, but I'm going to say 27-21. Chargers win this.
Go ahead, Caleb.
Who wants to go next? Yeah, Caleb, you hit it.
I'm nervous. I don't like betting against either one of these. As much as I love Herbert and the Chargers, I am going to take Drake May and ride the hype on this one. And a very, very low-scoring first half, but an explosive second half. And I think it's going to be right there, 24-23, 1-point game.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to the wire, but we're going to see some great QB play.
Yes, 100%.
And
Trey?
Trayvon's probably going to ball out after I don't need him to.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chargers are going to win this game. Which you would never expect me to say that, but I like the realistic part of me thinks that the Chargers have the better team. That's what the playoffs are all about, right? It's about the best teams finally meeting up, and you can no longer just blow teams out. Like you don't get style points for like you do in college, blowing out a lesser opponent. Like it doesn't make any difference in the NFL. So you get to the big leagues, and I agree with everything you guys have said. Like I believe in Drake May. I think he is incredible. Like he's got such good touch on it, but I don't think he's played a defense like this all year. I think the closest he played was probably Atlanta, right? And they've got a really stingy defense, and they Atlanta had them on the ropes. They won that game 25-24 or something. Like it was a 1-point win over Atlanta.
It was tight.
Chargers are better than Atlanta. And I think the Chargers go into Foxborough and they win a playoff game.
Wow.
I'll say 20-16.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I will say, because Caleb kind of brought this up, the one wild card in this game that could help the Patriots win this one is needing big games from Travion Henderson and Ramondre. I think Ramondre's been playing well. They've played some really bad rush defenses the last couple weeks. This is a game where you're going to need the home run play.
Yeah.
And Travion gives you that ability. They have got to use him correctly. If they do not use him correctly, they're going to get what they deserve, which is an early first round exit as the 2 seed in the AFC. And I would not, I'll be sitting here just smiling, just so happy because they have not used Travion to his full strengths. They've tried to turn him into a between the tackles grinder. That's just not what he does. Use Ramondre for that, but don't be throwing the ball to Ramondre 5 times a game and then no targets to Travion Henderson. That should get you fired. Anyway, I can't believe Josh McDaniels has lucked into another job where he's going to get carried by a quarterback for the next decade.
I know. Gosh, it hurts.
Isn't that so annoying?
Oh my gosh, it hurts.
Well, what'll happen is he'll get some head coach offer somewhere. He'll be trash for a year and he'll come back and he'll just continue to ride that wave.
Dude, yeah. I'm starting to wonder if Josh McDaniels is Robert Kraft's long lost son, because he just always lets him come back home.
He knows something.
Terrible.
He knows he's got some dirt on him.
He's got some dirt. All right, we're transitioning. Last game of the slate, and this is the big one. Steelers win in dramatic fashion in Week 18, Sunday Night Football. Mike Tirico with one of the best announcer moments ever, play calling that.
Yeah.
Ravens missed the field goal, obviously. Steelers
just like they wrote it up.
Mike Tomlin runs to the middle of the field, starts beating his chest. The standard is the standard. I knew it, baby.
That was me.
All me.
All me.
I'm going to open this one up with a couple interesting stats. This is the stat I was going to bring up earlier. Road favorites in the wild card round of the playoffs, especially when they're within a 3-point spread, have been 2-9 in recent years. They won 2 games and lost 9 games. Texans match that criteria there. Here's the other thing. Texans, I think, are on a 9-game winning streak currently, so they are actually the hottest team in the NFL. I know we were talking about the Jags earlier, but Texans are currently the hottest team in the NFL. The Steelers have a 23-game winning streak on Monday Night Football at home. And somehow they pull this Monday night game slot. I just can't believe it. I can't I told Caleb earlier, my algorithm on Twitter and Instagram has just been feeding me all the Steelers like BS stuff. Like it looks like FanDuel's already released the they've made a mistake and they've already released who's going to win the game.
I saw
they got
that.
the Steelers playing the Broncos next week or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, what is going on? But Trey, you're the most non-biased one here. I want to hear what's your temperature check on this game.
Yeah. I'm a lot lower on the Texans than I think a lot of people are. I'm not low on them. I'm just lower than where other people are at.
Right.
And because I don't think their offense it's very similar to Philly. I mean, Houston's got a better defense, but their offense is very similar to Philly, where I feel like sometimes it looks good, but a lot of times it looks really bad. And last week, if it wasn't for like those two explosive plays, like busted coverages, right? Like if it wasn't for those, like their offense would have been bad. Bad. I actually think that this game. Wait, we're not picking, right? We're not picking anything yet. No,
I mean, if you want to throw it in there, but yeah, this is just temperature check right now.
Yeah, temperature check. This game is going to be good. Like it's going to be good. It's going to be close. You guys are going to hate it. Like the two of you are going to hate it. You're going to be stressed out until like the last second. Like it's whoever gets the ball last is going to win type of game. Like that's this type of thing. And
field goal heyday.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think that Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson are going to necessarily crush Aaron Rodgers the entire game, but they're going to make it interesting. Like I think there's going to be turnovers from both teams, like multiple turnovers, like probably 2 from each. I think this is going to be fun. Like this is going to be a really fun one. I'm glad that this is like, I know they're all technically like a primetime spot or whatever, but like, I'm glad this is an actual primetime spot on Monday Night Football. Like it's a really good spot for this.
Totally.
And I think for what it's worth, like this, it's just like such a good matchup, like for both of these teams. Like they just are going to play each other really well. And it's gonna be a dogfight. It's gonna be a dogfight.
Yes. All right, Cabes, unleash hell. Let's hear it, buddy.
All right. Late season hot take. Pittsburgh Steelers go out. They bail Antonio Brown out. They sign him, bring him on the team. He picks up where he left off.
Bring him
Throws
back,
the gloves
baby.
back on for one last time.
Just bring them all back. I think Le'Veon Bell's still in shape. I think Martavis Bryant's still in shape. Just bring them all back.
Get Juju. Juju's out there.
Get Juju.
Yeah, Juju can stay.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Le'Veon Bell's in the studio recording one of his very below mid songs, and there's a knock on the door. It's just Mike Tomlin going, "Bell, it's time." They walk out. Okay.
They just cut Calvin Austin, and they're like, "Come on,
That's right.
make room for him."
As a Pittsburgh fan, I say this all the time, but it's like you have to temper expectations every single year and every single game and downplay it and, keep a negative mindset. That way, when the result is the opposite, it's like, wow, this feels great, but how long is it going to last? That's just the story of a Steelers fan. So this year, I have been very surprised. Like we talked about, Arthur Smith comes in, not excited about it, but he's done a very good job with the offense. The O-line has been very poor, and past years has really kind of pulled it together and been able to give Aaron Rodgers a little bit of time. And the 3 best receivers on the team with Darnell Washington, Pat Freiermuth, and Jonnu Smith. Also Jonnu becoming a halfback as well for some reason. They just pulled together this scheme that is just mind-boggling for defenses. They don't know who to scheme for. They don't know what to do, what to expect every single time they come into a game against Pittsburgh, and it's been our greatest strength. Our greatest weakness has been our greatest strength. Kenneth Gainwell just
Michael
is
Scott.
revived. Yeah. Kenneth Gainwell revived. Jalen Warren. I mean, this is just the scrappiest a team can get, old man Rodgers, just turning back the clock, has his inconsistencies, but then, when he wants to, will just throw these beautiful passes that no one else could make except for Aaron Rodgers.
In the fourth quarter.
in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It's just been the most insane year, and I'm still tempering expectations because I hate getting my heart broken. On the other side with the Texans, man, this is one of my favorite teams, honestly, in the NFL. Honestly, if I wasn't a Pittsburgh fan, I'd either be a Jacksonville fan or a Texans fan. I love C.J. Stroud, great man of God. Personality-wise, he's great. But then also the team's just beautiful. Defense, obviously, highly touted on. Like Trey said, just a crazy matchup to start Wild Card Weekend. I'm super excited for it.
Yeah. So besides all the winning streak stuff and different things like that, this is just a tough one for me because obviously Steelers fan, and I'm always going to root for the Steelers to win in the playoffs because who knows. But the Texans were my choice of dark horse from the very beginning of the year. Yeah. And golly, they filled it out because at midseason, Trey, when we were talking about the Texans, dude, I was like, yeah, that one's done. Yeah. We were all like, yeah,
or whatever.
Better luck next year.
Yeah.
It was terrible. This is funny. So Kendrick said, Cam sent me a playoff simulation video on IG, and it had the Steelers and Panthers in the Super Bowl. It was just this guy like using like the dice with like 20 sides on it, and doing the head-to-heads and rolling to see what each team scores. And it was Steelers and Panthers, and Steelers won by 1 point.
What do you guys think would happen in that game? If
Steelers Panthers?
Yeah, Steelers.
I don't know. We'd probably lose.
We'll talk about it when we get there.
Yeah.
Exactly. Give me a couple weeks to formulate that because it's happening. A guy on Instagram says. But so Texans, here's the thing. Texans, I think, have the best defense left out of all the playoff teams. I do think it's close between the Broncos and then the Seahawks. But I do think at the end of the day, if I was picking, I would want that Houston Texans defense because they have the most elite pass rush on top of a very, very elite secondary.
It's not true. Look at the stack numbers, dude. It's like the Broncos are up here, and then it's like way down
this week, Trey.
Dude, they're the best pass rush this week. Yeah, sure.
I'll take Will Anderson Jr. by himself over both Nick Bonito and whoever the heck the other guy's name is.
Yeah, you're crazy, dude.
Anyway, I love this Texans defense, right? The offense started getting better, but it's still such a question mark week after week. They had a really questionable game against the Raiders. I don't know why the Raiders keep giving all these good teams trouble, especially these defensive teams like the Broncos and Texans. But they won by 2 points. I just think Stroud has to be better, and that's
the Broncos won by 3 points against the Raiders.
That is true. Hey, advantage Broncos. They barely beat the Texans earlier this year, right? What was that score?
Yeah, but who won? Who won?
Broncos. They won that one by 3 points.
That was the game that C.J. Stroud got hurt, and what's his face came in?
Davis Mills.
Davis Mills, thank you.
And you can't say he wasn't good because he went undefeated.
Davis Mills was great.
Outside of that
Davis
game.
Mills was great. I actually almost prefer Mills over Stroud right now. But
anyway.
Whoa. Dude.
Grok says that the Seahawks will win the Super Bowl. So does Cameron. But anyway, I digress. Talking about the Steelers, man. Talking about the Steelers, I think we've gone through a lot of ups and downs this year. The defense is finally, I think, come to a point where they know what they're doing. The secondary has gotten so much better. We were getting torched at the beginning of the year. Joey Porter Jr. has been, bar none, the best corner in the league over the last 8 games, which is crazy to say because we were talking about that before, Trey, and I was like, I would definitely take Surtain over Joey Porter Jr. because you pressured me on that. And now I don't know. But we got Asante Samuel Jr. We're getting back to Sean Elliott for this game. Jalen Ramsey's still playing. He can play in the slot. So I expect our defense to give the Texans a lot of trouble. The big question is going to be Aaron Rodgers. Can he play like he did last week? And then can our defense make turnovers? Because that's the one thing that the Texans are very good at is protecting the ball. So to me, Steelers have got to force them to make turnovers, whether that's fumbles or picks. So anyway, I'll give my final score prediction. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
21-14 Pittsburgh.
Dude,
I'm going with them. I got
Dude,
to.
that
I
is
got to ride
crazy.
with my boys.
that's
I got to
crazy.
ride with the dogs.
That's crazy. I'm also going Pittsburgh.
Let's go.
I think
Wow.
23-17. I think 23-17 Pittsburgh.
Okay. And
Man.
then Gabe's, what you got?
I'm gonna get flamed if I go against my team.
Just do
I'm
it.
doing
dude.
it
Just love your
anyway.
team.
No, I'm kidding. It's gonna be an unconventional game, and Steelers are gonna win it 16-10.
Dang.
Woo!
Dude, the Texans are definitely winning this game.
No.
All three of us picked them.
42-3.
There's no way.
But all the ESPN analysts, all of them say Texans except for Daniel Jeremiah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
there is that. But Trey, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If for some reason Steelers win this game, and then next week the Jags and the Jags and Patriots win, Jags and Patriots will play each other.
Yep.
We're gonna travel to Denver and take you guys on the divisional round.
Dude.
We will be coming to your house to do this show live, both me and Caleb.
Dude,
And we are fighting live on
I'm
the
down.
show.
I'm
And
down.
I'm wearing
just saying.
nothing. I'm going butt naked, just Antonio Brown jersey and socks. That's it.
I was gonna make a joke, but I can't make that joke. It was Big Ben related.
Dude, let's do it. I'm already thinking about how we're gonna set this. Set the
That's
studio
gonna be
up.
crazy.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, really, better yet, why don't you guys just beat the Chargers next week? We'll take the Jags. I mean, that ain't no problem. And then we'll play y'all in the championship.
I mean,
That'd be insane.
dude. I'll beat you guys in the championship. I don't care.
Yeah. You'd be excited for that. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I would love that.
Can you imagine Roman Wilson just mosses Pat Surtain for the play of the game?
That won't happen.
The
No
game
one has
was-
ever
No,
mossed
wait.
or
Kenneth
tamed.
Gainwell just mosses Pat Surtain.
This is how I
Dude.
knew my algorithm was messing with me. Was I was scrolling through Instagram videos, kept seeing all these like leaked Steelers scores, all this stuff. Anyway, I saw one guy do a video, and it was like a playthrough of what the game would be like. That the Texans score like 28 unanswered in the first quarter, and then they score a bunch more touchdowns. It's 49-0 at halftime, and then after halftime, the Mike Tomlin looks at Skylar Thompson and he's like, "Hey, man, you're up." Points at Skylar Thompson, and Skylar Thompson comes in. There's for like 600 yards and 6 touchdowns. Steelers win on a final field goal. I was like, okay, enough internet for me today. I'm done.
That's entirely realistic.
Log it all.
That could happen. That's what I'm saying. That could happen.
Yeah.
It
It won't,
all right. Well,
but it could.
It could. That's all we got, man. That's wild card weekend. Do y'all have any
can't
parting words before we leave?
Dude, I have no words, man. Like I'm just so excited for. I'm so like wild card weekend is always my favorite weekend of the playoffs because that's when like crazy stuff usually happens. Like you have like a dud here and there, that one
Right.
game may be a blowout. Like it could be, I don't know. We could see a blowout, but for the most part, I feel like wild card is where a lot of the teams stack up better against each other. Yeah, it's exciting, man. I'm just so ready for playoff football.
Same.
Yeah, it's great matchups. Honestly, every take I gave tonight, I think it's like a 50% shot because I think there could be so many upsets across the league, no matter who you think the better team is. It just wouldn't be shocking to see the opposite team win.
Right.
Yeah.
And this might be one of the most exciting playoff runs that could go down in history potentially. But yeah, I'm stoked, man. I'm gonna be screaming and yelling all weekend long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be good.
Yeah, that's the best
Good.
part about this playoff season is that everything's flat. It literally could be Steelers Panthers. Like there is a world where that could happen.
America would be
crazy
so
as
angry.
it sounds. Yeah, there's just not that dominant team. Anything could happen. But that's the beauty of Wild Card Weekend. It's all about the magic. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us on the show.
Thank
Shout
you.
out to all of you for being here. Just just awesome. Good luck to all your teams. If you haven't already, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the Fan Feed channel. We're here all the time. Really, we've been 3 times a week. We're probably going to change that up. We will probably be back Tuesday night to discuss all the results from Wild Card Weekend, and then we'll be doing a similar show as tonight next Thursday to talk about the divisional round. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned for that. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at FanFeed Network. We're live on all of those. And then if you weren't able to watch the stream, beautiful. Just go listen to us on podcast. We're active on there, anywhere podcasts are streamed. But yeah, with that, everybody, thank you so much. Enjoy Wild Card Weekend, and we will see you on Tuesday night.
Ladies, we did the research for you. Fellas, pay attention. We've partnered up with Bonheur Jewelry. Bonheur is a celebrity favorite, eco-friendly jewelry company based in New York City. They're adored by stars such as Emma Watson, Gal Gadot, Katy Perry, Kim Kardashian, Kendall Jenner, and Hailey Bieber. Their designs have been featured in top publications including Vogue, Elle, V Magazine, and on major platforms. We love them. They have great pricing for luxury jewelry. It's something that you can start planning for before the holidays get here and get it early. Click on the link in our show notes below. You can sign up for 15% off your first order. When you support our partners, you support FanFeed Network. Check them out.